Hello friends, welcome to Sethi Botany classes. I am Dr. Meena Sethi. In this video, we will study about Stelar system. To understand fully the Stelar system, you must go through two earlier videos. One was structure and functions of xylem tissue. Second was xylem and its terminology. And this is the third video regarding the vascular tissue. In this video, we'll study what is stele, what are different types of stele, types of protosteles and types of siphonosteles. Basically, if we see the structure of stele, now this is the central part, this is called as xylem, and this is surrounded by phloem, then pericycle and endodermis. Some scientists include endodermis into the stele, and some scientists don't include endodermis into the stele. Like Eames and McDaniels include endodermis as an outermost layer of stele. Van Tighem consider it as the innermost layer of the cortex. So basically, what is stele? It is the xylem surrounded by phloem tissue. Now, different types of steles. Uh, Basically, two categories: protostele and siphonostele. Protostele is further of two types: haplostele and actinostele. Siphonostele is of two types: ectoploic and amphiploic siphonostele. Now, this is the simple protostele having xylem in the center, surrounded by phloem, endodermis, and pericycle. This is called as protostele. And if xylem become star shape like this is showing radiating arms, then this is called as actinostele. And these are the concavities in which phloem is formed. Sometimes these concavities they deepen up, and then it is called as stellate actinostele. Xylem may become plate-like, and phloem may invaginate into the concavities of the xylem tissue, and xylem is present in the form of patches. And these patches, arrangement of patches, this is called as plactostele. Sometimes xylem may be dissected into several pieces. It seems as if xylem is embedded into the ground tissue of the phloem. Then it is called as mixed protostele. If it is star shaped, this is actinostele. If concavities deepen up and this becomes stellate actinostele, and if this xylem appears in the form of patches or plates, this is called as plactostele. If xylem is dissected into several pieces, it appears as if xylem strands are embedded into the ground tissue of the phloem. Then this is called as mixed protostele. If there is no pith in the center, this is called as haplostele or protostele. But if pith appears in the center of the xylem tissue, then it is called as siphonostele. Now you can see here pith is present in the center. Now here pith, then surrounded by xylem, surrounded by phloem, endodermis and pericycle. This is also called as ectoploic siphonostele. But if pith is present in the center, now this is surrounded by xylem, and xylem is surrounded on both the sides by phloem tissue, then it is called as amphiploic siphonostele. So siphonostele is of two types, ectoploic and amphiploic. Now, ectoploic siphonostele, further, it can be showing formation of leaf caps. Now, this is single leaf caps. If single leaf cap is there, now this will be the xylem tissue surrounded by phloem, endodermis, and pericycle. So, this is called as phyllosyphonic. Now, if tissue is dissected at many places by ground parenchyma, then it is called as EUSTELE. Now you can see this is the xylem surrounded by phloem, and this is the parenchymatous tissue which is separating the xylem and phloem. Again, this is xylem, phloem, and this is being separated by the ground parenchyma. Then it is called as EUSTELE. Now, siphonostele, as we have discussed, this is of two types, ectoploic and amphiploic. Now, amphiploic, in this case, xylem is surrounded on both the sides by the phloem. But if there is leaf cap, then it is called as phyllosyphonic siphonostele. Single leaf cap is there. But if there are many leaf caps and they are non-overlapping, then it is called as solenostele. And here you can see xylem and phloem, they are present in the form of small steles, and these steles they are called as meristeles. Now, meristele is just like protostele, xylem surrounded by phloem surrounded by pericycle. Now, this solenostele is further converted into dictyosteles if there are overlapping leaf caps. If there are overlapping leaf caps, then this becomes dictyosteles. So, protostele, it can be actinostele, it can be stelate actinostele, it can be plactostele, it can be mixed protostele. And if pith is present in the center, this can be siphonostele. And siphonostele, if this is surrounded by phloem once, then it is called as ectophloic. And if it is surrounded by phloem twice, then it is called as amphiphloic. Now, presence of leaf caps, this is called as phyllosyphonic. This is called as, again, phyllosyphonic, but this is different. This is ectophloic, and here it is, sorry, this is ectophloic and this is amphiphloic. Now, when it is cut by different leaf caps, then it is called as solenostele. And if leaf caps they are overlapping, then it is called as dictostele. And this eustele, where vascular tissue is dissected by ground parenchyma. This is also an advanced type of vascular tissue. This is found in angiospermic plants. Now, this is a written explanation of different kind of stele. Like this is haplostele, we have already discussed. Actinostele, when it become star shape. Stelate actinostele, again star shape. When it is present in the form of patches, then it is plactostele. When it is dissected into several pieces, mixed protostele. And if pith is present in the center, siphonostele. Now, if pith is surrounded once by phloem, this is ectophloic. If both outer and inner sides surrounded by phloem, amphiphloic. Other examples are cladosyphonic siphonostele. Leaf cap is not found. And if leaf cap is there, this is phyllosyphonic. And if scattered leaf caps are there, this is solenostele. If leaf caps they are overlapping, this is dictostele. If steles they are present in rings, more than 2 rings, then it is called as polycyclic dictostele. Eustele, dissected siphonostele separated by ground parenchyma. To understand what are leaf caps, again, we have to go through the video, xylem and its terminology. I will give the link into the description box. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.